Hello and welcome, Aries. All right, so Aries, let's get started. See what is coming out for you. What is it that you need to know this week? All right, so we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Sun, we have the Page of Wands. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, so not everything is going to resonate with your situation, and that's okay. Just take what does and leave the rest behind. Okay, actually, bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. So we'll put that guy over here. All right. Somebody could be kind of spying on somebody else because underneath that was the Page of Swords, and then we have the Chariot on top. I don't know why I felt the need to look, but, you know, there it is. I'm feeling like you could be a little stuck, Aries, like trying to figure something out, maybe having to make a choice here. Seven of Cups, you know, that's all about having options. That's about making choices, having, it could be a little bit of confusion too because you don't know what to choose, but definitely having choices, having some other options here. This could be within a relationship, or this could just be, it could be career, like job, finances. I'm getting more relationship, but, take it how it resonates. It does feel like you left behind a situation here, Aries. Like you're walking away from a situation that is just no longer helping you grow. I just keep getting that there was a lot of confusion. This person could have had, one foot in the door, one foot out the door. Could have been some commitment issues. Possibly they have other, options or choices. Whatever the case, it just feels like, you weren't feeling it. It's like things weren't adding up for you. You just knew it wasn't long lasting. This could have even been like a karmic relationship. And it's like karmic debt is paid. So now it's time for me to move on to find out, who really does, belong with me, or where I belong, or just like going towards some kind of goal. Because you're ready to leave the past behind. I keep getting something with unfinished business though. I keep getting like it's easier said than done, or like you're trying to walk away, but it's not that easy. So I don't know, for some of you, if maybe you have kids with this person. Maybe you share, financial responsibilities, or, whatever the case is. I just feel like it's not as easy, it's like not that easy to walk away from this person, from this situation. However, with the Page of Wands and then the Sun card, it's like saying there's something that you're not acknowledging. It's like there's another way, or there is, a possibility here that, like I said, you're not acknowledging, or maybe you're not thinking, you're not looking at. And it's like, that makes sense. Like, why haven't I looked in this direction? Why haven't I thought about going this way? But it's like whatever this option is, this new opportunity that's coming in, it's definitely going to bring about some kind of abundance. It's going to bring out some happiness, some freedom. I just keep getting like a weight kind of lifted off of your shoulders. And the Six of Cups here, again, some of you, this is because you do have children with this person that you're needing to just kind of leave the situation behind. But again, it's not that easy because you have, children with them, or a child with them, whatever the case is. However, like I said, I'm really kind of getting to that some of you are walking away from this person. Like I said, for some of you, this is a karmic relationship. Again, debt's kind of paid, and so now it's time to kind of move on. And you're moving on towards like a soulmate energy, which you don't even see yet. I don't think you've met this person yet. For some of you, this could be someone from the past. But for a lot of you, I'm getting that you haven't met them yet. This is going to be someone new. But I just keep getting like something is rekindled. This could just be, feelings of love where, it's just been kind of not there lately. I keep getting curiosity and independence. So it's like somebody's really kind of, figuring that out, bringing it like to the forefront. All right, so we have the King of Cups, we have the Four of Cups, and we have the Two of Swords, clarifying the Seven of Cups. Yeah, Yeah, and see, with all this confusion, this, having other options, things like that, you don't want to miss an opportunity. You just feel like your heart's not in this particular situation anymore, and it's time to move on. But yet, like I said, it's not easy. It's easier said than done. You can't just pick up and, move on. Like I said, something's really kind of keeping you here. For some of you, like I said, it is a child. For others of you, this is kind of being financially tied to the person, to the situation. Whatever the case, it's just not that easy to pick up and say, it's done, it's over, bye. So, with that being said, like I said, with the King of Cups, this is also, trying to get a hold of your emotions, trying to figure some things out, really come to the conclusion logically, and removing your emotions, like setting emotions to the side. But it does feel like in your own heart of hearts, that this is just feeling like you're passing up opportunities, or, opportunities are passing you by you just kind of waiting in this situation. You feel like you just can't grow anymore in this particular relationship or this situation. So it's needing to make that decision, make that choice. And like I said, it just feels like it's not that easy. Yeah, so we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Judgment, and we have the Queen of Cups. So this, for some of you, this could be a soulmate relationship, and that's why it's not easy to leave. Again, you could have, I keep getting children. Children are coming in rather strongly. With the Queen of Cups, the Judgment card, and then the Six of Swords, this is needing to move forward, wanting to move forward, but it still feels like it's not that easy. See how it's, dark, the swords are still in the boat. It just feels like, I know what I need to do, but yet I just can't. Again, Judgment, this is calling for some kind of unfinished business. With the Queen of Cups, again, this is really kind of feeling like you're listening to your intuition. You're kind of feeling that pull, like, this isn't where you belong anymore. There's something else out there. For a lot of you, you're getting that feeling of something's passing you by. Life is passing you by. An opportunity is passing you by. Something. Take it how it resonates. All right, so the Page of Wands is clarified by the Five of Cups, Four of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like you've just been waiting. It's almost like you've even kind of emotionally and even just like your thoughts, it's like you're trying to get them sorted out. It's just like there's an emotional distance between you and this person in this relationship. Five of Cups, this is regrets, this is sadness, this is remorse, this is wondering again, like, have you missed your opportunity? Like, is this, I just keep getting like, is this it? Is this all there is? Like, is this what it's meant to be? With the Seven of Pentacles, this is waiting. This is you just kind of waiting. This is you figuring some things out. Really kind of taking a break and stepping back and seeing things differently is what I keep getting. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Four of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles, and then you have the Devil card. So yeah, so this is, again, this is kind of being afraid to let go. Especially with the Devil here, this is feeling bound. Like I said, this could be a soulmate connection. For some of you, this is a karmic, and it's like karmic debt is paid off, but we still have some kind of tie that's binding us. For others of you, this is a soulmate connection, and I think that's what's so hard for you to kind of break off. And like I said, it's not easy for you to just move on. Like I said, it does feel like, a child or children are connected to this situation as well. With the Devil card, again, this is feeling bound, to this person. Kind of, hanging on a little too tight. There could be some financial issues. I keep getting somebody could be kind of lying about finances. Yeah, again, because it feels like, some of you guys are kind of financially tied to this person, but it feels like somebody's lying about finances. But going back to the Devil card again, and then the Four of Pentacles, it feels like somebody's hanging on again, just kind of out of fear of letting go of what else is out there, a fear of their own stability, a fear of their own security, a fear of just holding things down on their own. It feels like that's what you've been doing in this relationship all this time. So it's like, why is it so hard to do it alone? And I think that's what you keep asking yourself. For some of you, it's because, you've been with this person for, several years. Yeah, see, here we go. We have the Hierophant coming out for the Six of Cups. So some of you, you're married to this person. We have Temperance here. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's trying to find that balance, that healing balance. With the Ace of Wands, I keep getting like there's been a loss of passion. It's just like you're trying to figure some things out. You want that new beginning. You want that passion back. You want a new opportunity. And like I said, for a lot of you, it does feel like you are going towards, either someone from your past or, a new soulmate connection, something like that. But it does feel like you are getting a new opportunity here. It does feel like that spark is going to be ignited. because that's really what it feels like you've been missing. Like I said, with Temperance, it's like you're trying to find that balance. It feels like there's been a lot of, things on your part, or it just feels like kind of one-sided. Again, take it how it resonates, but it does feel like this relationship has been very one-sided. Again, you could be married to this person, have a family, kids with this person, because that's coming in, like I said, really strongly. All right, so I do want to get some angel oracle. These are the angel answer for Aries, please. We have forgiveness. Okay, so for some of you, if you want to fix a situation, forgiveness is required. Forgiveness is going to be required either way you go, honestly. Because it just feels like even for you just to move on, there's going to be a need for forgiveness, to yourself, to this person, whatever the case is. Okay. So we have peaks of joy and follow the leader. Okay, so that's something else with the peaks of joy. It does feel like that's what's hard, because it's like it gets to a point of things are going pretty good right now. I don't want to leave. Things are good between us, and then it's like something happens. Like as soon as you feel that good, that good energy between the two of you, then it's like they do something that just kind of really makes you take a step back. Like, wait a minute, it could be in the form of, like a lie, or just doing something that, something that just kind of like raises a red flag to you, whatever that is. And then follow the leader. It just feels like you have been kind of following this person. Feels like this person's just been kind of leading the way. It's like I said, feeling very one-sided when it needs to be a team effort. But it's also following yourself, finding that path on your own, on where you belong. Because it just feels like you feel like something is missing here, Aries. Okay, so your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. Yeah, for some of you, you could be fearing that change, and that's why you're still kind of, figuring some things out here. Like I said, it's that fear of letting go. It's that fear of something different, fear of something new, of things changing. You're holding on so tight. Okay, so we have mindfulness. So awareness of thoughts without judgment, meditate, breathe, yoga, being present, and grace. So that is just some advice. Definitely try yoga, try meditating. Be aware of your thoughts. Be aware of those red flags of how you're feeling, in a certain moment about this person or about the situation. Okay, so we have self-indulgence. Focus on self-work, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. So this is just reminding you, again, that mindfulness, being in the present, really being focused, aware of your thoughts, aware of those red flags, aware of your own feelings, and don't judge yourself. It's okay. You don't have to be so harsh on yourself. Again, that's where meditation and, breathing, yoga, things like that really come into play. With self-indulgence, again, this is focusing on you, focusing on your self-worth, knowing that it's time to heal, especially going back to that Four of Swords right here. Taking some time out for you, just healing, resting. Again, focusing on you, going through this shadow work with the devil. Like I said, why are you so afraid to let something that's kind of holding you back? Why are you so afraid to let it go? It's really looking at those deep issues and definitely appreciating yourself. You're the one that got you here. All this, give yourself some credit. You got you here. If you want to keep moving forward, again, acknowledge how much progress you've already made and then use that to keep moving yourself forward. So, all right, well, Aries, that is what I have for you. So thank you so very much for watching. And until next time, take care.